He was knocked to the floor. Here is Curtis, takes it to the penalty area, goes to ground far too easily, under no challenge whatsoever from Maeda. That was a firm challenge, however, from Rothwell on Sirachi. That was a firm one by Rothwell. Meanwhile, it was Giga who I think is going to get shown a yellow card for a foul on Yamada on this near side.
It is incredible watching that little run of play there. There were 4 crunching tackles in a row, and it took the 4th one for the referee to blow his whistle and eventually reach for his card. That Giga has stayed down there. A little bit of cramp, I'm guessing. Yeah, a bit of cramp.
So Giga currently sitting down. It wasn't a penalty either, was it? I mean, I don't even think VAR have bothered to check it.
No, you wouldn't do it. I mean, you'll have a look at it, but that was just not even close to it, I would argue. And the referee got that right. They've got most things right. I'm sure Rangers fans and Celtic fans will disagree completely, but actually the referee's had a very decent game so far.
Luke McCowan's going to come on for Hatate in the midfield. Gets a handshake from his manager Brendan Rodgers. We're about 10 minutes away from our next commentary on BBC Radio 5 Live at the Amex. Brighton and Hove Albion against Manchester City, where Rodri starts for Pep Guardiola's side. Commentary of Nottingham Forest West Ham United will be on Sports Extra 2. And the Dutch Grand Prix will be on Sports Extra from 5 to 2. A choice of listening on another busy weekend of live sport.
Just a little moment there, the referee gets both captains over, has a word with them. And how nice is that now that you don't get surrounded by 8, 9, 10 players shouting and bawling at the referee. Everybody knows now, you do that, you could be in trouble.
Schmeichel is going to venture forward to take this free kick. Right-footed, down towards Maeda. Tavernier heads it away. Maeda fell to the floor, quickly back. Celtic lose out. That's on this near side. Barami wins the challenge, looks for the run of Dessers. Scales will have time to see it back towards Schmeichel. Ooh, Schmeichel's ball almost showed too much towards Dessers, but he did find Scales, but it wasn't that far away. We're talking centimetres.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to say, yeah, I had it in control all the time, but that was far too close for comfort there. And as I say, Kasper Schmeichel, many strengths to his game. Ball at his feet, absolutely not the top.
Rangers unbeaten in their last 3 against Celtic. Their best run since a run of 7 undefeated between 2019 and 2021. Rothwell, Barami, passed the ball forward to Curtis. Curtis wasn't, he wanted it to feet.
To be honest, it's a classic one. If you're a wide player, if you want to get the ball to feet, you go along and come back. Simple move, you always get the ball. So he did that. Probably his mate thought he was going long, so he came back and the ball had gone. Again, wanting to go on the ball. Rothwell makes a difference because he's very comfortable on the ball. And if Rangers can get him on the ball in the midfield there, he might make a difference. That's a good pass there. Slowed it down and allowed that situation to develop.
High octane as ever, but not a great deal of quality. I mean, in terms of the chances, and forgive me, Pat, if I've missed this, but the disallowed goal for Rangers in the first half, and then Hatate's first shot on target for Celtic after an hour, unless I've missed something.
No, very little. There's not a huge amount to remember, other than just the, as we say up here, the stramashes in the middle when the ball is fired in there from corner kicks and from long throw-ins in the first half from Rangers. There was a good few of them, but nothing, as you say, clear-cut.
It remains 0-0, and we're into 3 minutes of added time here at Ibrox as the blue sky has reappeared, as has the sun. Maghoma forward ball for Rangers, met by the head of Scales. Diamandi tries to get away from Negron, chips it forward. Scales, though, as Dessert has made the run in behind with a cushion header to Carter Vickers, to Schmeichel, puts his foot through that. And Schmeichel's clearance out towards Maeda, loses out to Tavernier. Tavernier back in the side at right back. Aarons has had a difficult start to his career at Rangers, the former England under-21 international. The Scales downward header. Sirachi gets there before Barami. Headed on, tied it up at the back by Tavernier to Butland. Maeda will run towards him. Butland, left-footed, clears downfield. 2 minutes of time remaining. Scales with a header, runs out towards Curtis, keeps the ball in play. Curtis now has Barami in support, passes the ball towards Rothwell, turns, Rothwell midway through the Celtic half, out towards Bagoma, blue shirt rippling in the wind, easily with interception before it could reach Ant-Man by Ralston. Ant-Man was a little slow to react there, really. And now it's with McGregor. McGregor was certainly slow, dispossessed by Dessers. Here is Barami, but McGregor recovers well and gets a challenge in. Loose ball picked up. Diamandi with the cross, headed away by Carter Vickers. We've got about 70 seconds remaining.
I don't think I can ever remember McGregor giving the ball away like that, just fell asleep, caught from behind. Having said that, his reaction to win the ball back was brilliant.
And Rangers go back, much to the disapproval of some of their supporters, as Butland's ball is easily headed forward by Carter Vickers, and Giga will head it back towards Butland. By my watch, we're inside the last 60 seconds of the minimum of 3 to be added on. It remains Rangers 0, Celtic 0 on 5 Live. Butland goes long, Dessers light leaps in the air, beaten though by Carter Vickers, who didn't climb off the ground. McHomer with a back pass to Sousa, forward ball, short towards Rothwell, still urged on. Rothwell lays it out towards Tavernier. Right to the centre circle over the halfway line, looks for Curtis. Sirach heads it under pressure. Cleared then further by McGregor, only as far as Tavernier. Rangers are going to leave it late if they are to score a goal with 20 seconds remaining, and that ain't going to happen either as the ball runs harmlessly through towards Kasper Schmeichel.
Do you know, there are some games where there's this tense, but you think, yeah, but there is a chance. There is something going to happen. You know there's an opportunity going to happen. Hasn't felt like that in the second half.
Well, there is the final whistle, and on that final whistle there were a few boos. Russell Martin said pre-match, ignore the noise. There's also, though, a level of applause as well to appreciate the hard work from the Rangers players. But we're talking of a first goalless draw stalemate here at Ibrox in 14 years between Rangers and Celtic. Pat Nevin.
If Rangers work that hard for the rest of the season, they'll be okay, as in they'll be second place in the league or first place, but more likely second place in the league. Celtic, I think they've got a lot of improving to do, but the fact that they've been below the best, a long way below the best, but still can come to Ibrox and manage to get a draw, both of the managers will walk away, and for whatever they say, I think deep inside they both accept it, they'll both take it. It's not what they necessarily will say, because you need to say what the fans want to hear, and the Rangers fans want to hear we needed 3 points today, and that's what they demanded. But that sort of energy, that sort of performance against your biggest rivals, and not be second best, I think Russell Martin, for one of the few times this season, can say I'm happy with that.
Well, Celtic's winning run comes to an end. They are still unbeaten, and they are yet to concede in the SPL this season. Rangers 4 successive draws. It is their worst start to a league season in 42 years. It's finished at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Celtic 0.
Ian, Pat, thank you very much indeed. We will keep you right up to date with the Tayside derby, which kicks off in the next 5 minutes. Dundee versus Dundee United. 2 Premier League commentaries about to get underway. I'll tell you more about them after we've got the full time from Franklin's Gardens in the Women's Rugby World Cup. Ireland, Spain, Sarah Mulkerrins.
Ireland have booked their place in the quarter-finals. A bonus point, 43-27 win over Spain. They scored 7 tries with Grace Moore and Anna McGann crossing the line twice. Spain were spirited. They scored 5 of their own. They provided plenty of problems for Ireland, who were disjointed at times, but it is job done through to the knockouts before their final group game against world champions New Zealand next week. It's ended Ireland 43, Spain 27.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Right, time to make your choice then. Here on 5 Live, Brighton, Manchester City in full, plus all of the live reports from the City Ground, from Dens Park, from all of the other live sport going on this afternoon as well. If you only want to listen to uninterrupted commentary of Nottingham Forest against West Ham, you can do that right now. Just head over to Sports Extra 2. Here on 5 Live, we are focused on the Amex for Brighton and Manchester City. Ali Bruce Ball and Mark Schwarzer both in position. Mark, we talked before about the return of Rodri to the starting 11. Also, great to have you on a day where goalkeepers are so important, especially for City. No sign at the minute of a new signing. So Trafford over Ederson, does that depend, or do you think that's set in stone?
No, I don't think anything is set in stone when it comes to Pep Guardiola and his team selections. We've seen it time and time again. James Trafford at the moment has a very unique and an excellent opportunity to establish himself, certainly for a number of games as number one. Obviously, if he looks at his games so far, he probably won't be 100% satisfied, knows that he can do far better. And there is a bit of pressure because you've got a world-class goalkeeper on the bench.
Remember, Liverpool versus Arsenal in full on Premier League Sunday, 5 Live, BBC Sounds, 4:30. But we're ready to go at the City Ground on Sports Extra 2, and we're ready to go on the Amex here on 5 Live. Ali.
Thank you, Steve. The sun is shining. We've got the acrid smell of smoke following the pre-match pyrotechnics in our nostrils. And Mark Schwarzer is absolutely right about Pep Guardiola's selections. His 10th season in charge of Manchester City in the Premier League. You can never, ever guess them. James Trafford in goal ahead of Ederson, who's on the bench. 4 changes today from the team that lost at home to Tottenham